everyone, Lou here. If you guys are new here and you didn't see it, I did a video on Huniepop for Valentine's Day, and I asked you guys in that video if you'd like to see a video on Huniecam and Huniepop 2. Well, my Huniepop 2 one is gonna take a while because that one has a lot more elaborate things to talk about, especially when I'm a little busy as of late with some pretty lengthy reviews. So, let's roll the intro and dive right into an interesting spin-off known as Huniecam. I couldn't really find any tweets or blog entries talking about what caused Huniecam to be made, but it was likely made to hold fans over until Huniepop 2 could finish development. That's my assumption anyway, as I couldn't find anything about it prior to the trailer. I did find a Reddit post or two, but it looks like information for it was deleted, so that kinda sucks when the development behind a game like this is always pretty interesting to talk about. Well, the game would release on April 4th, 2016 to some pretty positive reviews, as business tycoon games are pretty rare nowadays when they're not about building an epic theme park. It was a welcomed game and played by a bunch of big YouTubers, of course. Though I do have to warn, as a small portion of you guys are in your late teens, according to my analytics, this game is not for anyone under the age of 18, period. This game also had humor that can be offensive to some people, so if jokes about cam girls, hentai fetishes, dark humor, and remarks that bother you, then I don't recommend playing this game. I wouldn't say this game is anywhere near as controversial as Huniepop, but it can be bothersome to some people, so I just want to warn just in case. I love dark humor, so this game doesn't really bother me, so... Alright, let's continue and talk about the game. This is gonna be hilariously short, actually. Basically, Q hires you as a cam girl manager, and your job is to reach a certain amount of fans within 21 days. That's quite literally it. I guess the character development was prolific because, the friends we made along the way? Capitalism allegories? Yeah, pretty much there is no story, and I'm glad it doesn't, otherwise it would have been a real distraction from the gameplay. Though I will say that Q does hold your hand too much. I mean, yes, this game is complicated, but I feel like the tutorial is a little too long. Overall, the plot idea is good, I guess? Here's the fun part, guys. This game is all about balancing profits and fans. The more fans you have, the better the score. What's the money for? You need the money to purchase ad space. In the beginning, you're gonna want to purchase all the ads because they're pretty cheap, but as the game goes on, you're gonna want to purchase ads based off the highest fetishes you're earning. Fetishes are the biggest way you're going to earn money, actually. Fetishes include race, glasses, furry, and some other stuff I don't really want to talk about. This game really does have a thing for everything, but at least you can't see anything, so that's good. Considering one of those fetishes involves something very unhygienic with cake. I'm so glad we don't actually see that, or this game would have actually been pretty gross. No shame, by the way, just doing stuff with food makes me really queasy. Now here's the thing, a way to gain more fans in the beginning would be to hire 3 girls, 2 with the same built-in fetish and 1 with an unrelated one that'll be your errand girl. Some of the girls you hire will have smoking or drinking addictions, which will drain the alcohol and cigarette supply. This requires you to have an extra girl dedicated to running around getting supplies. If you run out, your girl will become too stressed too easily due to withdrawal. There's another thing you have to worry about. Just like in the game Princess Maker 2 I talked about earlier this year, which if you haven't seen a video, I highly recommend you go do so. Stress is a huge thing you have to worry about in this game. When the girls are too stressed, you have to take them to the spa, and the more stressed they are, the longer they stay. That's time spent not making money, so you have to be really wise with your time management here. Your errand girl is also how you hire new recruits, and you can send her to a breakfast cookware store, if anyone gets that Unisonus reference, to get items that'll expand your fetishes like cat ears for furry. There's other items too, as you have to worry about how much these girls cost too. You can take a girl to the boutique and salon to increase their style and talent. Style increases their fans, and talent increases the money they earn. The more these increase, the more they'll ask in wages. However, you can decrease their wages if they're too high for you to pay by getting the piggy bank item. You can also get items to help with smoking and alcohol addiction, like a quote juice box and a nicotine patch. Though all this pales in comparison to the most important item you will need in your gameplay of Huniecam Studio: the coveted subscriber pillow. This pillow is the only item in the entire game to increase fans while you put your girls out to make money in the studio, so you don't have to keep throwing your girl into the photography studio, thereby making your time management even better. This pillow is literally the most important thing for this game. Like, I'm not even kidding. There's also one other important item: protection. Why? Well, there is a sleazy motel you can bring the girls to that costs way less time, and it will give you an equal amount to if she was in the cam studio. However, the major downside is that she will get a random disease, cause, you know, it's a sleazy motel. While there are medications your errand girl can get at the store, not every special disease is curable, and yes, they are literally real life certain diseases. What I recommend doing is hoarding up on protection and using it about 2 or 3 days before your time is up. This way you can get a fuck ton of money and your girls can still work. You can upgrade yourself too, by the way. This includes buying more ad space, collecting money easier, speeding up the girls, and increasing the amount of fans per photo shoot. I don't even think I've fully covered all the things you have to manage when playing this game, but I did my best. Trust me when I say this game is classic Huniepop, where the game sometimes is ridiculously difficult. I have friends who haven't even gotten past gold or platinum yet because this game can get so tricky. Though I don't mean to brag, if you've heard from other YouTuber buddies, like specifically Totally Sawsome, I have a 100% achievement completion in Huniecam, and it's currently the only game in my Steam library I've gotten 100% on. I really did disappoint my parents with that one. Overall, the gameplay is super fun but pretty complicated. Yes, the tutorial is very thorough, although a bit hand-holdy in my eyes. It does teach you everything you need to know about the game. I hope my advice helped though for anyone trying to get Diamond at least. Now, there isn't really any characters with an actual personality here, just a stereotype of something else because you're supposed to choke your chicken to them, etc, etc. Though the reason I bring it up is because a lot of characters in this game are actually in Huniepop too. Though a warning, Huniecam is a non-canonical spin-off of them being cam girls, so it's never going to be mentioned in Huniepop 2, obviously. Though I do find it kind of funny, it mentioned Audrey falling into a spiral of drug and alcohol addiction after she found out her boyfriend cheated on her. Which was us in the first game. Again, not canon, but I thought it was really interesting. Audrey was never planned for Huniepop 2, but maybe it was foreshadowing for events to come? Who knows? Now, the kind of characters we're dealing with here are the older woman, cybergoth, goth, preppy girl, teacher, and a lot more. Though if we're speaking about character archetypes, who better to bring up than Sarah, or Suki as she calls herself. She's quite literally a filthy weeb and is a walking personification of our weeb phase when it was at its worst. If I could describe exactly what Sarah is supposed to be, it's a super mega weeb gacha life video with a nightcore version of Renai circulation where one girl is calling the other her Tomodachi. Though to be honest, she's probably what I sound like to my non-weeb friends. I'm just kidding, of course. Overall, the characters are pretty much a walking trope. I mean, they're probably meant for people who like women to choke their chicken to, but I don't like women, so they just exist for me. Despite this game being so difficult, I really love Huniecam. The soundtrack is super relaxing, it's colorful, certain jokes are pretty funny, and it has a great replay value. There's a ton of ways to play this game, from playing with only Huniepop girls to playing with just one girl. The possibilities here are pretty high. The achievements are also pretty fun and challenging to get, considering one of them is randomly generated. If you love everything I just said, Huniecam is definitely the game for you. Though one quick thing, Huniepop and Huniecam are both banned on Twitch for obvious reasons, so you won't be able to stream this game if you have plans to, well, stream it. The game also kind of aged surprisingly well a little bit, considering the huge rise in sites like OnlyFans lately, so I guess you could say you're the CEO of OnlyFans? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next up is Huniepop 2, a game that came out pretty much the day after my Huniepop review, that I can't wait to share with you guys to review. That'll be it for this video. Who's your favorite Huniecam character? As always, let me know down below. Hey guys, thanks for watching! If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. And if any older new subs would like to help support the channel in any possible way, my Ko-fi page is down below in the description along with all of my social media. For any subscribers, new or old, who would like to help with video ideas or maybe just want to talk about anime or something, then I have a fan server linked down below. See you next time!